Welcome to the broadcast. I'm Clareman with the Harbus News Network. Joining me now is Aarti Saxena, the co-chair of the Harvard-India Conference and a student at Harvard Kennedy School. Thank you so much for joining us, Aarti.
Thank you.
So we're here today to talk about the Harvard-India Conference. Tell us what is the theme of this year's program and how does it differ from past year's themes?
Right. So this year we have the theme of our conference is India versus India, local strength or global growth, and basically because we're trying to say that there are two Indias within India as well. India is like a bag of contradictions. We are a secular haven. We've got so much of religious tension. We've got shining hubs of economic activity, and yet we have slums just behind them. Most of our jobs are still in the informal sector, and so basically it's a bag of contradictions, and this is what we're trying to bring out, that where is the true India? What is the true Indian story? Is it just a local power, or is it global in nature? Both in the business and political, from the business and the political angle. That's what we're trying to explore.
And so in the planning of the conference, how have you gone about bringing speakers to campus in order to flesh out some of those themes?
So from the Kennedy School side, because I'm looking after the operations at the Kennedy School, we have tried to focus on panels that would address this gulf. Like we have a panel on politics as a vocation for young people, and that's basically trying to address this fact that most of our population is young now, and yet the participation of the youth in the political process of the country is not as much as it should be. And entry barriers are very, very high as yet. I mean, it's usually the political families and rich people who are part of the political process. And what would it take to bring this down? What would it make to make democracy more inclusive and participative?
And as far as attendance, I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of students who come who have an interest in India, and perhaps they've worked there, perhaps they intend to work there. How about other students? I mean, people who, haven't necessarily had much exposure to India. What would they get out of the conference? What would you hope that they would come and see?
That's the global growth part of it. What I just addressed was more of a local thing, but the other part of it is that India is an emerging power, and I don't think it's really possible to ignore India for too long, and that's why even somebody who doesn't relate to India directly, hasn't worked there, doesn't know much, this is the great chance of knowing India.
Right. Is there one thing that you hope that people who go to the conference walk away with knowing?
That I would really hope that people would walk away with curiosity, with interest, and with questions, because we will be raising a lot of difficult questions, and we would love if people who attend the conference can go back curious about them, trying to find answers. So we're not giving the answers.
Aarti Saxena, thank you so much. Again, it's the Harvard India Conference on March 9th and 10th.